Legal evolution of a spin-off. Academic institutions have greater facilitation for new products, new services, and new intellectual properties to come out. These intellectual properties can be patents or trademarks or designs or geographical indicators. As these are new, industries will try to use it at the earliest to make an enterprising process out of it. Hence, there is a benefit to both the parties, the academic and the industry. Now comes the researcher who is going to take it forward to a next level. So the joint research collaboration has to happen between the researcher, academic institution and the industry. So the parties to the agreement have to negotiate on the terms and conditions and freeze on how they are going to path forward. The more important part of this agreement process is the timeline. Timeline cannot be hasty. It can be hasty for or faster for an industry, but when it comes to an academic institution, it has teaching, research, and publications also to be followed out. Hence, they may have to have a prolonged period of getting into a timeline for coming to an agreement. Next comes the confidentiality. Academic institution can have a background IP. Similarly, industry will also have its proprietary data and its own economic sensitive or secret data with it. That has to be protected. But when it comes to a joint research, when it is going to go as an intellectual property or a patent, then the patent has to be protected. How to protect this patent and what is the legal rights and responsibilities of the parties, everything has to be agreed before getting into an agreement. Hence, the three parties to the agreement have to negotiate all the terms and conditions before they venture into the process of joint research. When they get into the process of joint research, the research results are not secret. That is the more important catch of this process. Because by the time this researcher is publishing, there will be similar researches happening all across the world. So the industry cannot wait till the researcher comes out with a full form of its work. So the industry will always keep pushing to get a result so that it can econometrically benefit out of this process. So what has to be done is they have to quickly, once they get the results, they have to apply for patent and secure their patent. And within a shorter span of time, they have to publish it so that they position themselves as they have done it in the scientific world and progress from there. So this is where the rights and responsibilities have to be drawn even before getting into a stage of going with the process. Again, the timelines for the industry is even before they start this process, they have to check the due diligence of the previous background IPs, based on which they have to put their foot forward and take risk of venturing or capitalizing the new idea on which they want to progress. Then comes the legality part. The legality part there will be a lot of taxes that has to go on after the spin-off happens, and there will be a lot of regulations that has to be followed out. Also, since there is a kind of employability tact between the industry and the researcher, in case of disputes, how to handle these disputes and what are the legal laws that will be applied and what will be the labor regulations that will go or the labor relations that will exist between the researcher and the industry. These are all to happen. But more than this, there is a humanization process. Empathetically, once this is started, then all of them are equal. And there should not be any bullying or reducing of one person or another. So there should be a shared value and vision amongst all the partners to the agreement. This is the basis on which a legal evolution of a sign-off in an academic institution along with industry for a joint research can happen.